thing you ever seen in your life? Why does he do that? And then like Mick Foley is like, he's like, oh, you want to do? He starts like punching himself in the head, and sure enough, he busts himself wide the fuck open. And then Ric Flair's like, oh, I can do that. And like,
yeah, Ric Flair's forehead now. It's like the weak spot in the Zelda game. It's like this, big thing.
It's like Uso no longer needs the weirding module. Like Ric Flair doesn't need to blade anymore. His head is just scar tissue.
Ric Flair played full blade on this episode of TNA Impact.
And that's my problem with that guy is he bleeds like a stuck pig.
Blade, man.
And I mean, like, it shows up great on camera because it looks like he got hit with a fucking hatchet. And Matt, you know, he's game, man. I give him credit, man. He will take a fucking razor blade and scalp himself. And you're like, I can't, that's why I can't watch that guy anymore. He's a great wrestler. He's like 130 years old. And he's still a great wrestler, but I can't watch him. The dude he's gonna die for my sins in that ring. You remember that one time in WCW when you got so pissed off at Bischoff, he stripped naked? Remember that? Yeah, but
President of the United States of America.
You remember when he was taking his jacket off, but he was so mad, he like knee dropped his fucking. He's like, you know what? Pants come off, and he starts like whipping the pants in the crowd. Like, woo! That was a time when WCW, even for WCW, didn't make a fucking bit of sense. There was a title match at a WCW Uncensored, which was like Piper versus Flair, and they would own.
Oh shit!
But whoever won would own WCW, I believe, quote, for all time. Till the end of time, they said. I'll give you a hint. Flair won that match. No, Flair won, but then he was committed by Piper, wasn't he?
No, yeah. Flair beating Bischoff for this ownership of WCW forever. And then put online like a few months later, because if you were ownership of WCW, you probably put it online. Even if you need to, you'd be like, nah, put online and jumped until year 9,999. Fights Piper, well, they complete control of WCW. Bischoff, he pins Piper, but then Bischoff comes out, who has been on TV for 6 months. Bischoff, who was beaten for the control of WCW, reverses the decision, even though he doesn't have any power, and gives it to Piper. Everybody goes, then they look at the script and go, oh, no, wait, this doesn't make any sense. So next night in the match, they went, nah, that didn't happen, fucking
It's kind of like, that would be funny if they actually tried to pull that, where like WCW Bischoff wakes up and is like, what the fuck was that? I had this dream, and
his wife was running for
Piper was in a cage match with like Hogan.
You were there.
I was in a garbage truck.
Then Vince Russo gets out of the shower. What's going on, guys? I remember when they made Vince Russo an on-air personality, and they had to do like he called it like New York Rules match, where you had to count your own pinfalls and count to 5.
Yeah, Piper versus the Harris brothers, with Roddy Piper as the referee.
What the fuck?
You've not lived until you've seen that match.
They also
I was going, what?
There's always, if we're thinking bad WCW stuff, there's Hogan and Warrior in Halloween.
Try sitting through the Ultimate Warrior's fucking debut at WCW that night. I was there live. I wanted to fucking shoot myself.
Hogan trying to fucking blind Warrior. I mean,
with the fireball.
Fire paper for like 10 minutes.
And then as soon as Hogan fucked it up, they were like, what happened? Like, oh shit, he tried to fucking blind him. That was it. That makes perfect sense.
Warrior sold it.
Yeah.
For a few seconds, I went, no, wait. It's there. It was popcorn cool. Miss.
Because it's like Warrior's here and the blinding powder is like right here. It's like there's no fucking way.
If it was a Sheik versus Warrior, it would have burned his eyebrows off.
Wasn't the
Brian Blair!
that nobody
It was
beat
just
Hogan,
another
Warrior
proper
comes and then Warrior brings up the fact that he already
No,
beat Hogan.
The best, wasn't it just before that where they were having promos on Nitro where like the Warrior was appearing in the mirrors
Yeah.
and Hogan was sitting it, but Bischoff's like, what the fuck are you on?
What killed me about that one was, okay, again, here's the thing. Okay, recap. I got to tell the story in case the newcomers here. There was a time when Hulk Hogan had the title, I think, and Ultimate Warrior was chasing him, but Ultimate Warrior had magic powers. Oh, Goldberg's champion? But anyway, Ultimate Warrior wanted to kick Hulk Hogan's ass, and he had magic powers. And so he was driving...
And he had magic powers.
He just did. So he's driving Hulk Hogan paranoid, and so Hulk Hogan, he's like, Warrior's everywhere, brother. He's everywhere, dude. I don't know what to do, brother. He's gonna kill me. You know, like all of a sudden he goes to his dressing room, and Ultimate Warrior appears in the mirror, and he's like, and Hulk Hogan's like, what do you want, dude? Kill my parents, brother? I can do that. I can do that with a pair of Hulkamania. And Ultimate Warrior's like, that was pretty much all the speech he was capable of at that time.
Since my girlfriend's not love trip. My daughter's friends? Yeah, probably I'll do that.
Teach my son how to drive? Yeah, I'll do that. Okay, so here's the punchline though. He sees Warrior in the mirror, but Eric Bischoff comes and he's like, Hogan, who are you talking to, Hogan? And Hogan's like, the Ultimate Warrior, brother, he's right there, dude. And he's like, there's no one there, but we see him.
Yeah. And the commentators say.
And the commentator's like, look, he's in the wall. and so, who was insane in this segment? Hulk Hogan saw him, the viewers saw him, the announcers, but Eric Bischoff saw nothing.
Eric Keller moment, man.
Eric Bischoff is, yeah. So what was funny was, if you watch TNA, they ripped that scene off. Winter. Who actually is a real girl now. But there's this thing where like Angelina Love is like hanging out and all of a sudden this girl appears and starts like feeling her up. It's like, I know who you are. I've been watching you for many months now, Angelina. And we are meant to be together. It's destiny, Angelina. And then like somebody will enter in and she's gone. It's like she's
She became the fat hairdresser the one time.
she became the I won't say fat. Come on now. She became
my size in a fucking dress.
She became the hairdresser. And like Velvet Sky's like, there's no one else here but the hairdresser. Ask the hairdresser what she saw. Either there was a woman there or Angelina was talking to her like a fucking freak. I don't know. What else? What other angles? There was a lot of TNA, and it was really vague TNA, like They Are Coming, the Monday Night War.
That and when they did the Hardcore Justice.
Oh, I don't think Hardcore Justice made it, but Hardcore Justice was one of those matches. You actually liked that one, right?
You know who watched Hardcore Justice? Imagine if you paid for it, don't worry.
I paid for that.
The same people who enjoyed it.
It's fucking on the fence.
Well, that worked. Over to you.
That was.
It was nostalgic, but it was like.
It was advertised these people were like 15 years after.
It wasn't even like it was that bad of a pay-per-view. It was just that they had to bullshit around everything because Vince has such a cop hold on everything ECW. So
just incredible.
It wasn't so much the technical.
Yeah,
so much as
somebody had a really bad name change that.
Cajones?
Cajones.
Fuck yes! Oh, that was so bad.
They called Balls Mahoney, who already had one of those names where you just like. His gimmick, his entire gimmick, mind you, was that when he punched people, people would go, balls! That was it.
How many times did Taz call him Mahoney that night?
Huh?
How many times did Taz call him Mahoney that night?
He called it, yeah, Taz. Taz is the kind of guy who, he still calls Brother Ray Bubba. Like to this day, he'll be like, Bubba Ray, oh shit, Bully Brother Ray Bully, who the fuck is he? Who would, shit, Bubba.
He drops ECW like every other fucking reference too.
Yeah.
But if you're going to talk about hardcore justice, you have to talk about
Just incredible.
the preluding days where like you have Tommy Dreamer, the fucking like Mr. ECW, like he's hardcore in the fucking ring, crying like a little bitch.
I always hated that.
Begging Dixie, he's like, one more shot. And I was just like, get yourself.
That was the saddest goddamn.
That was why I was never fired up about that thing. I was like, they're like, they didn't go into this saying like, we're gonna be fucking hardcore. It was like, please, Dixie, we have nowhere else to go.
The absolute worst thing. Who's been a wrestling fan for, say, more than 10 years?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Who watched ECW who was actually around?
Yeah.
How many people were there rubbing their eyes, drinking their drinks to make sure they weren't sleeping when they had Hogan come out and say, oh yeah man, ECW, you guys put them up, and they went, yeah, thanks Hogan.
Hogan used to always say like, fuck ECW.
Yeah, all the times Taz came out and says, fuck it, I'll suplex Ric Flair on his head, brother.
I was almost certain
I'll
when
choke out Hulk Hogan, fuck WCW, fuck Bischoff, and I was, hey Bischoff, hey Hogan.
I was almost certain when like Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff were in the ring with Tommy Dreamer, the universe would just implode from sheer wrongness.
Didn't they have Steve Austin talk as
Like 2 days.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Steve also.
And Bongo.
and
Monday NyQuil.
Here comes
Oh, fire him.
That reminds me of the wrongest match I ever seen. You ever see Masato Tanaka, the guy I called him?
and Mike Austin. It better be a Mike Austin.
Very good. Masato Tanaka and Mike Awesome is the most awkward match you'll ever see anymore.
Which one?
The one at ECW One Night Stand.
Joey said he's the best commentator for that fucking match. Good. I hope he does.
Yeah. He's like
Joey Styles.
Joey.
I hope he kills himself.
The story behind this is Mike Awesome and Masato Tanaka are not wrestling a match. They are attempting to murder each other.
When did that?
If you
That's always been the way.
if you ever like,
been going back since the episode.
you will never see a wrestling match like this again because of the concussion shit we got going on. You don't even see chair shots to the head anymore. These guys.
They were going toe to toe.
You're not good to chair shots like a fucking champ. He would just fucking scream at you.
Oh,
Jesus Christ, dude.
that guy in the back. How was it?
People going crazy.
Yeah, man, my God, check it out. Honestly, if you want to see the hardest chair shots you've ever seen in your life, check this out. But the funny part about this one, and I can't even watch this match, I was watching a tape of it before. Joey Styles hates Mike Awesome in this match. Hates him. He's a traitor, he's a no good Benedict Arnold, and I hope he dies. And so, hang on one second. And so he does like a suicide dive out of the ring. And he's like, he does a suicide dive out of the ring, too bad he wasn't successful.
And then later on he says he's still a human being.
Mike Awesome killed himself.
Awkward.
Joey Styles doesn't go
Aside from that, though, even though I have to say that ECW One Night Stand match was fucking awesome.
I love that Terry Funk, Mick Foley, and what was it? I forget.
Edge.
Dude, that fucking match was great.
That was an awesome match.
Dude, I was the Hammerstein. That was fucking a great night.
That was One Night Stand 05, wasn't it?
I can't remember.
It was 06.
It goes 6.
Okay. Yeah. They did a couple One Night Stands after that. And
December to dismember.
Oh God.
The one where they had a world title cage match where like it was like 4 corners, but 3 of the participants had not yet been named. It was like Big Show and Bobby Lashley and Test.
Test competing for a major heavyweight.
Sabu was announced, and then, oh no, shit, he's dead, or something backstage. Alcohol is in it now. Ice cream, horse manure.
Oh man. Oh.
And then what was it? Rob Van Dam and CM Punk were wrestling. And, fuck, get in. Then the two that eliminated first.
Although One Night Stand had the best crowd reaction I ever heard, the John Cena RVD match.
That fan that got kicked out for throwing John Cena's shirt back at him.
Dude, 10 people literally threw that fucking shirt back.
Yeah.
It was like waiting for the match.